Welcome back, Truth Seeker. About 30 minutes ago, CNN went on the screen, breaking news, 5 officers shot in Houston. And they showed some aerial footage of the scene, bunch of police vehicles and officers standing around, motionless. And then they announced they'll come back to this story, and they just went away. And something just felt wrong about the way CNN brought on the story and then just went away from it right away with no additional information. And I've been waiting to see if they'll come back to the story. They haven't. So anyway, I went to the web to get details, and I want to show you what's so interesting about what's been reported here so far about this story. So they're saying at 5 p.m., 5 officers were shot. And here's what jumps out about that right away. Houston, Texas, in Gematria sums to 181, which is the 42nd prime number. And when you write out 5, it has Gematria 42. 42, very special to Freemasonry. What's interesting is Houston is 181 years old right now. They turned 181 June 5th, 2018. And from the birthday to today's shooting, January 28th, is 237 days later. 237 is the prime factorization of 42. 2 times 3 times 7, 42. Notice it's also 7 months and 23 days, same digits. Again, 42, very important to Freemasonry. Freemasonry controls government, media, police, nationwide, and practically worldwide. Keep in mind the word Freemason equals 42 in Gematria. The capital G in the Freemason logo also symbolizes 42. Now, what else is interesting is from today, January 28th, 1/28, to the upcoming birthday of Houston is 128 days later, and the shooting was on Harding Street. Shooting at 7800 Harding. And Harding's 128. So the location syncs with the date, which is par for the course. Again and again, we see mass shootings, which are really police drills, reported as real tragedies. And I have no doubt that that's what's gone on in Houston today. Another drill reported as a tragedy. And I think the news realized they had some screw up the way they cut away from the story. You know, they just cut away from it so fast, it wasn't a typical way that CNN did it. They brought on the story, breaking news, and then 5 seconds later it was off the screen. We'll be back with this story. Anyway, today's date, January 28th, can also be written 28/1, 281, 28/1. 281 is the 60th prime number. Police has Gematria of 60. 5 as an officer shot, 5 p.m. Numerology. By the way, numerology equals 55. Notice you get the tweet at 3:30 p.m. Of course, police, masonry, secrecy, order, federal, they all have Gematria 33 as well. What else stands out is today's date has a life lesson number of 41. Houston equals 41. This tweet up here that the mainstream media is using, USA Today and others, comes from Joe Gamaldi. Joe Gamaldi letting us know that 5 officers were shot. What stands out right away about his name, and again, you see this stuff every day when you decode this way. Joe Gamaldi, 41. Like the date, numerology, like the location. And from Sylvester Turner, the mayor's birthday to today is 4 months and 1 day. Notice it's also 123 days. 123 days. Conspiracy 123. If you missed my work on the flooding of Houston, August 27, 2017, which was no accident, it was on the anniversary of the death of Stevie Ray Vaughan, who had the best-selling album Texas Flood. If you missed my work on that, I showed how the Astros would win the World Series out of it, how they'd beat the Dodgers. Again, the entire world of news, sports, media, government, military, it's all synced up. And since the 50s, world militaries have admitted that they know how to induce flash flooding on command. It's exactly what happened to Houston, August 27, 2017. As crazy as this stuff might sound, this is really what's going on in this crazy world we live in. And for anyone who doubts it, I got an 800-page book, nearly only $5, 800 pages, $5. You can read about the Houston floods, so much more. Learn about this code and how this stuff is used every single day to mislead us, steer us astray, steer us down the path of agenda. Of course, the agenda right now is to overload our minds with shooting tragedies. You have things like the nightly news saying, the nation should be disarmed, only police officers should have guns. You've heard these outcries since Sandy Hook. Another event by the numbers. And tonight what happened in Houston looks like another one of these smaller events, but I think they screwed up with their drill. There was some reason CNN had to cut away so fast. And let's even see now, does CNN even have it up on their website? Because, normally they're quick to pull the trigger on getting this stuff up on the front page. And no, they don't. They went to the breaking news. They had the helicopter shot. Just like this. And then all of a sudden they just cut away. But again, for all the skeptics out there, just apply the code. You can go through all throughout history. See how every single day the news is contrived this way. With real evidence. It's a system. Be sure to sign up for the Patreon. The live podcast begins 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern, Monday to Friday. It's just $1 a month to participate live in all the podcasts. Until next time, Truth Seeker.